Hey guys, and welcome. I am the Seven Swords, and we are back in Skyrim. Technically, we are far away from where we were. In the last episode, we ended at the College of Winterhold, at the top of the College of Winterhold, after trying and going to talk to Isran, killing everybody there, and then finally realizing that Isran wasn't going to help us, so we left and we headed to, we headed for Darkfall Cave. We are currently over at Darkfall Cave, which is way over here. I don't know why Skyrim Temple's showing up. Did we read something with its... interesting. But we currently have Darkfall Cave. Currently outside of Darkfall Cave. With Sarra. She's coming to be joining us for the rest of the quest because I think you need her. I'm not entirely sure. I did do a little bit of inventory management while off camera. Just basically dropped off a bunch of the crap that we don't need. What I did pick up was our 209 Elven arrows. I had a 200, that's the entire set of Elven arrows we had. The reason I grabbed them, we could do something special with them here, and I can't do it multiple times. I can only do it while we're there, and I don't plan on going back to this place. This is one place I can say, we're probably not going back at once we leave. I don't have an easy way to get there, and I don't really want to go back once we leave. So, I hope we enjoy our time there, because we ain't going back. Now, for some of you, you might remember, early on in the episode, we came into this cave. There's a bunch of trolls in here. We ran around, dealt with a bunch of things. It was kind of interesting. But we ended up not being able to really do anything. Mostly because there was nothing to do. Once you got to a certain point, you just kind of stopped being able to do anything. Now we are going to be able to go further. I mentioned the fact that it was a quest, and the fact that I knew it was a quest when I came in, and that we would be back, and we are back. Now, I could easily try to make it across there because it would not be difficult. I think we could whirlwind shout it. We're gonna go ahead and whirlwind sprint it. Now Serrana's gonna follow us across, and she's gonna be completely fine. But there's only Corundum or Moonstone. I don't really need Moonstone. I'm not going to gather it. So I guess we'll walk back. But we're currently waiting for the cooldown, so why don't we just walk back? Oh no! Fell in the water. Oh no, spiders. And of course, Serrana is going to resurrect one. Yay. If there's anything I don't like more than spiders, it's undead spiders. Alright, Serrana. So many spiders. I don't like spiders. I think it's a common fear. I think that if it's not a common fear, it's at least a common discomfort. Why do I feel like there's going to be something in there if I go in there? That seemed like I'm a big guard and I has a chest. At least now we can see what's in the chest. I normally don't kill that spider. It's usually not worth killing. I mean, it wasn't worth killing, but eh. We will deal with the Dawn Guard eventually, just not right now. You get a quest to deal with them eventually when it's all said and done. I just wanted to see if you could go back and talk to him. Be like, hey, so listen, we don't like Harkon and we want to stop him. We're gonna go get the bow, and then you guys help us defeat Harkon. Looks like somebody was camped out here. Now, I think there's technically...
set up camp here. I wonder what happened to them.
Judging by the blood, they probably went deeper and died. Now, if I remember correctly, this route should lead us to an option to leave. I think. Yes. Yes. That's where we came in at. We can leave through this way. We're not going to, obviously. Obviously, we need to go deeper. Down, down in the deep, where the ancient enemies sleep. Gotta jump over that tripwire. I normally will try to avoid them if I can, since normally traps in this game are usually strong enough to kill even high-level players. Speaking of which, sharp quick save.
Did you hear something?
Mostly just you asking if I heard something. Hey look, a troll. Is guy not pleased with my thought process? I thought I was supposed to kill it. It was green. Did it time out or something? Whatever. Moving on. We're getting close to the part that we got to where we were going through this originally. And there it is. But we got to it, we couldn't really do anything. You have anything you want to say about this?
No.
Let's go.
Come forward. You have nothing to fear here.
Here's some kind of... Yes?
I am Knight Paladin Gelabor. Welcome to the great chantry of Auriel.
This cave is a temple to Auriel.
Auriel, Auriel, Alkosh, Akatosh, so many different names for the sovereign of the Snow Elves.
Snow elves? You're a Falmer?
I prefer Snow Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers. Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the Betrayed.
I imagine you know why we're here then.
Of course. You're here for Auriel's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance.
What type of assistance do you need?
I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother.
You want me to kill your brother? I am a member of the Dark Brotherhood, so I can do that, but why?
The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the Betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auriel would allow this to happen.
Interesting. What exactly did the Betrayed do?
Swept into the chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause.
You didn't fight back?
The chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins, but we were no match for the Betrayed's sheer numbers.
Interesting.
They slaughtered everyone, and stormed the inner sanctum where I believe they corrupted Vertha.
Interesting. You don't even know if he's alive, do you?
He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting.
Interesting. Have you tried getting into the inner sanctum?
Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a Knight Paladin of Auriel. And an assault on the Betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death.
This is a way shrine?
Yes, let me show you.
A shrine of Auriel. which I think we can actually use. We could follow Ariel. Abandoning the mortal world as a mistake, the king of the gods challenges his elven children to attain perfection and regain their lost divinity. Learn all skills faster. Not bad. Fulfill your destiny by saving Tamriel. Master all skills. Become a high champion at my sacred chain tree. High elves are most deserving of my favor. No, thank you. No, it's offense, Ariel, but you're not offering me very good stuff.
So this is snow. Incredible.
8.
This structure is known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the Chantry was a place of enlightenment.
Interesting.
Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Oriel to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin at the way shrine's center and proceed to the next way shrine.
So these initiates had to lug around a heavy pitcher of water. Marvelous. How long would they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the Chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archduke himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out? Makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. We need to do all that nonsense to get into the temple so we can kill your brother and claim Marvel's throne.
I know how it all sounds. But if there was another way, I...
1 second, we're gonna go ahead and turn on the subtitles for everything. I don't know why they're not already on. Display. We're gonna turn on general subtitles. Those should have been already on and they weren't.
done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the initiate's footsteps and traveling from way shrine to way shrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment.
Interesting. How many way shrines are there?
There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the Chantry.
These caves must be massive then.
Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover.
Oh yeah.
Before I send you on your way, you'll need the initiate's ewer.
So I need to fill it at each way sign then.
Once you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened.
Then I'll be off.
This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey. Questions? I expected as much.
What is this place, the Chantry of Ariel?
This is, or was, the epicenter of our religion. Most of the Snow Elf people worshipped Oriel. The Chantry was constructed near the beginning of the First Era to provide a retreat for those that wish to become enlightened.
Most snow elves?
Our empire had temples to some of the other deities. Trinimac, Sirabane, Yffrey, and Finister rounded out the rest. But those temples paled in comparison to the glory of the Chantry and its way shrines.
Interesting. The way shrines are part of the Chantry then.
Oh yes, they were an important part of the process here. They represented the steps the initiates took on the path to total enlightenment. Sadly, the magic used to construct these wonders were lost long before I arrived here.
You mentioned some spectral prelates that you mentioned?
They're ghosts of the Snow Elf priests that tended the way shrines before being slaughtered by the betrayed. Through the grace of Oriel, they were restored to their spectral form to enable them to continue their duties.
Does that mean they're going to be able to help us?
I'm afraid in their current form, they still believe the Chantry to be an active center of worship. They won't respond to you in any way other than believing that you're an initiate and you're undertaking the journey to the inner sanctum.
Interesting. Who were your people? Can you tell me about the Snow Elves?
We were once a wealthy and prosperous society that occupied a portion of Skyrim. Unfortunately, we were constantly at war with the Nords, who claimed the land as their ancestral home.
And it appears that the Nords must have won.
In a manner of speaking. We had always maintained an uneasy alliance with the underground-dwelling dwarves, and when faced with extinction, we turned to them for help. Surprisingly, they agreed to protect us, but demanded a terrible price. The blinding of our race.
That couldn't have been something everybody agreed to. I mean, you're here.
There were splinter groups that resisted the agreement, and even some that sought alternate alliances. But when it was all said and done, those elves were either slaughtered, vanished, or gave up and took the dwarves' bargain.
What turned your people into the betrayed?
I've often asked myself that very same question. The blinding of my race was supposedly accomplished with a toxin. Certainly not enough to devolve them into the sad and twisted beings they've become.
Why weren't the no elves here affected?
The Chantry is quite isolated, so it took some time for word of the dwarves' offer to reach us here. By the time the compact had been completed, it was too late for us to even attempt to intervene.
Is that why you retained your site?
Correct. We only numbered perhaps 100 at the time, so our presence remained a secret to the dwarves and the Nords. Ironically, our undoing came at the hands of our own people.
You mean the betrayed?
Yes. They swarmed the Chantry in vast numbers until we were completely overrun. We never really stood a chance. I assumed that the Archcurate was corrupted by them when they found a way to breach the inner sanctum.
Interesting. There are others here like you?
Verther and myself are the only two snow elves that remain.
That means their race is extinct.
Oh, yeah, watch over you.
Yeah, I guess we don't have to get one from here. Through the first portal.
That wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would be. Kind of soothing, actually. I feel a little warmer now.
I know, right? Alright, let's go. Ooh. These things look alien compared to the rest of the things in Skyrim. This place gets weird. We are going to have to fight quite a bit of Fulmer down here.
Where'd you come from?
Like he did mention, this isn't all in caves. There's a lot of cave down here, but it's not all cave. Drop another quick save real quick. Pushing forward. Jump over the trap, check the chest. I always wonder how they have archers if they're blind. I also think it's weird that their entire race was turned blind. Like, okay, so if they weren't turned blind, it wasn't a spell. It must have been some kind of toxin. But like, why is it like they're all blind? There goes our enchanting level, thanks to that staff, that wielding a staff while fighting.
Where'd you come from?
I knew that this wasn't a thing when I first saw it, but at first I thought it was like a giant monster that was like added late game, that was added sometime between now and the last time I played this quest. It also doesn't make a lot of sense that the betrayed attacked them. Because, like, why would the betrayed attack them? It's alive and yet dead. Brought a skeleton back? I feel like she should have learned, like, how to conjure bone men from us being in the Soul Cairn. For being a peaceful group, I wonder if this place was always this dangerous. Saber cat. It's a weird looking saber cat though. Let's start working our way through this a little bit quicker. We will not be doing much of the Vale. I mentioned the fact that this place is large, and I mentioned the fact that we won't be here for very long. So, I hate to say it, but we won't be doing very much with it.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Illumination. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment?
Sure.
Then behold Ariel's gift, my child. May it light your path as you seek tranquility within the inner sanctum.
Uh-huh. Sarra probably has no belief in this. She probably doesn't follow Ariel. She still strongly believes in Magnus. We'll go ahead and meditate while we're waiting, so we can get our advancement back up.
May Ariel's brilliance illuminate your path.
I can see a character being a follower of Ariel, though. And that's the first one. Portal to the Forgotten Vale. I only got the one. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Well, let's keep him. I mentioned the fact in the last episode that I kind of wanted to get Auriel's bow. I kind of forgot how big this place is. We probably won't be getting Auriel's bow until next year. It's like I mentioned, this will be the last episode to go up. If this episode goes up when I'm planning on putting it up. It might not. Because this place is big.
This is incredible. It's like a whole other world. Come on, who's there?
I wonder if veiled creatures have anything different from them.
Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from?
Every once in a while, we still ruin a pelt. I don't know if that's something you can change though. We will get as far as we can. If I get other things I can grab, I will, but I'm not going to be focusing on doing anything else. I know there's a lot in this that you can do. There's really only two things there's really only two side things I plan on doing.
Welcome, Initiate. Then behold Ariel's gift, my child. May it speed your journey to the inner sanctum.
I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this.
I do like this. I do think it was interesting. I think they could have done more with it, personally. Portals to Darkfall Passage. No, thank you. So I'm pretty sure that just takes me back to the other cave. The cave that we started this all in. Oops.
More spiders? Where'd you come from?
Ooh, gold.
I fantastic.
It's definitely an interesting place. I like all the ruins in the area. But it does make it feel like I would more have questioned why the ruins are here. Like, what were these ruins before they were ruins? Like, I like the idea of having ruins, I just don't understand what these ruins would have been. This place doesn't look like it was one big building. I just wonder if they were just like archways.
You've reached the way shrine of love. Are you prepared to honor the mantras? Ariel bless you, child, for you are a step closer to the inner sanctum and everlasting wisdom.
Yeah, there's some more water. We now notice we have 2. We gain 1 every time we open up another one of these shrines. But you only have like 4 or 5 of them, I think? We'll go up here next. I think this will lead us to one of the 2 things that I want to do that aren't. That aren't necessary for finishing. Yes.
Does this ice feel like home to you?
Probably. Come on. There they are. One of the few times in the game where you fight 2 dragons at once. Alright, fine, we can't use that. What the? Oh crap! Why didn't Bedouin will work on you? That's annoying. I was about to say, where's the other one? Seems this other one's noticed how strong I am. There we go. Go ahead and collect from this first one. Oh, does it only give me this? Oh, that's depressing. I thought we were about to get a ton of dragon meat. Nope. It would appear that... Oh, wait. There we go. harvest their meat, it'll give us a ton of dragon meat, and I will be over encumbered easily from it. Okay, fine. We'll butcher the meat. This is a terrible idea, though. Get rid of you. I'm glad I thought to try it without sneaking. I forgot that you can't sneak dragons. Alright. Items. We have a little bit less than... We're still not going to be able to enough with our Ring of Ancients. So I'm going to try and do this. We're going to do... where is Rise of Magica? Here's Rise of Magic. Okay. And now, to see if we can actually head back to Clockwork Castle from here. Oh wow, we can. I was not expecting that to work. I'm a little surprised it did. First, we're going to send all that stuff there. Drop off those two. Drop off those, drop off that. Drop off that, drop off that, drop off that, drop off that. Those. Drop off that. Drop off that. Drop off that. Drop off that, drop off that. Drop off that, drop off that. That. Go ahead and send this stuff to the study. And then we're going to go ahead and drop off the meat real quick from the dragons. And then the animal fat, which we're going to send to the kitchen. Cool. I didn't realize we could use the recall point to get back here. Kinda wish that means that we could have teleported here using a Clockwork Castle Malarkin. Tempted to go under there and check for stuff, but it's a big lake and I don't feel like searching. We do have a word of power here. This is the other thing I wanted to grab. Health, drained vitality. Because I am planning on going back up to High Hrothgar before we finish the main quest. To meditate on the words of power again. A bit of information on that, though. We will not be... I don't think we're going to be finishing collecting all the words, at least not before we finish the main story. We might do it in the epilogue series, which basically the epilogue series is me going to be playing Skyrim after I've beaten it. I'm going to continue because I'm enjoying the character.
You've arrived at the Way Shrine. Are you prepared to honor the mantra? Then go forth, child. May the enrichment of Ariel strengthen your resolve as you undertake your journey to the inner sanctum.
Draw water from this basin, and that now brings us one more closer. We're probably going to get all of them today. We probably won't be able to go to the inner sanctum today. is what it's looking like according to where I'm seeing kind of the progression of things. We're going to try going up here and seeing if this is the route to the next one, because the thing is in this direction, but it's inside of a cave or something, as we can tell by the compass marker. I'm probably not going to bother fighting if I end up running into bad guys. I just find it funny when they die before I can even attack them. I'm hoping this is the way I go to get to where I'm supposed to go. It looks like we're not going to be getting there today, because we still have quite a bit of walking to do, I'm pretty sure, and we are getting close to the end of this episode. So I will most likely end this episode and bring you guys back. But again, that will be probably next year. This is probably the last episode you guys are going to get for this year. I can't even promise I'm going to keep pushing. I just might, because, well, I'm not going to keep pushing off camera, but I might keep recording. But I can tell you that I'm not going to put this recording up. I also have to check my recordings, because I do know that I've been running into a situation where I don't have enough, space. But that will be in the next one. I will see you guys in the next one. See you guys next year. Hope you guys have a good New Year's and you guys had a good happy holidays and Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever. Whatever you decide you wanted to worship or do, or yep. I will see you all in the next one, because now I'm rambling and I don't like rambling. Later.